last night.
Starshine, stars.
She moved like moonlight on roller skates, wearing a jacket made of borrowed time and glittered intentions. No name, just a vibe, just a feeling you chasing dreams. She didn't walk, she glided, like a saxophone solo dipped in candle wax. And I followed, like a moth with a mixtape. The moon was doing electric slide. Streetlights blame Morse code to the malls. And the preacher's son was selling dreams in Ziploc bags, right next to the ice cream truck that only played jazz. I saw a man juggling pineapples and regrets. He winked at me and said, "Don't let your shadow outsmart your soul." I nodded like I understood, but I was still trying to decode the way her hips moved like a GPS with attitude. We ducked into a club called the Aftermath, where the DJ wore a crown made expired coupons and spun records that smelled like old love letters. The bass hit so hard it rearranged my childhood, and the bartender poured drinks named after planets that never made it. She ordered a Mercury in retrograde. I got a Pluto's revenge. We toasted the bad decisions and better stories, and danced like we were trying to forget our real names. Then the lights flickered like a memory on trial, and a fight broke out between a mime and a magician. Nobody knew who threw the first invisible punch, but the crowd parted like Moses in a mosh pit. And she whispered, "Let's bounce before the cops start quoting Shakespeare." We ran through alleyways paved with mixtapes and broken promises, past a mural of Tupac playing chess with Einstein, past a man selling umbrellas for your emotions, past a woman preaching gospel from a karaoke machine. We ended up on a rooftop with a view of the city's heartbeat. She lit a clove cigarette and said, "Every time I exhale, I lose a little bit of my past." I said, "Every time I inhale, I borrow someone else's future." We kissed like two poems trying to rhyme, and the stars applauded in Morse code. I asked her what she wanted out of life. She said, "A garden, a spaceship, and a love that don't need Wi-Fi." I said, "I got a shovel, a mixtape, and unlimited data." She smiled like a sunrise with secrets, and we laid there counting satellites and sins. Then she said, "I gotta go." I said, "Where?" She said, "Back to the laundromat, my velvet's done drying." And just like that, she vanished, like a metaphor in a trap beat. Now I walk Peach Street alone, wearing corduroy and questions, looking for a laundromat that sells incense and bootleg DVDs, hoping to find a voice like a saxophone dipped in honey and heartbreak, and maybe, just maybe, a tattoo of Saturn on a shoulder blade that still believes in Velvet Tuesdays.
Starshine, sun.
I passed a man playing chess with pigeons. He said, "Every move you make is a memory you haven't made yet." I dropped a pawn and kept walking, past a barbershop that only cut hair during lunar eclipses, past a bookstore that sold nothing but blank journals and confessions. I saw a girl with headphones made of lightning. She was dancing to a beat only her ancestors could hear. I asked her what she was listening to. She said, "The sound of my grandmother's prayers remixing with my heartbeat." I kept walking, through puddles that reflected alternate versions of myself. One wore a suit made of apologies. One wore a cape stitched from childhood dreams. One just stared back, blinking in Morse code. I ducked into a diner called the End Credits, where the waitress wore rollerblades and quoted Maya Angelou. She poured coffee that tasted like second chances and served pancakes shaped like constellations. I asked her if she'd seen Starshine. She said she left a note on the jukebox. It read, "Don't chase me, chase the feeling." Just a metaphor with good timing. So I paid in mixtapes and memories and walked back into the night, still wearing corduroy and questions, still hoping to find a laundromat that sells incense and bootleg DVDs.